Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like no matter how much you try to move forward, something invisible keeps pulling you back? Like you are ready to grow, ready to change, ready to become better. But your past keeps whispering, "This is who you are. Don't forget." The truth is, many people are not stuck because of their present. They are stuck because they are still living inside something that already ended. And here is the deeper question. What if the problem is not your ability to change, but your attachment to what already happened? In this episode, you are not just going to learn English. You are going to understand something powerful about yourself. You will learn how your past shapes your thoughts, your confidence, and your decisions. And more importantly, how to stop giving it that power. Because your future is not created by your past. It is created by what you choose to believe today. And if this lesson gave you something useful, I'd love it if you tapped like and subscribe to the channel. It helps you stay connected, and it also helps this little learning community grow. Every click really does make a difference. With love, let's dive in. Why does your past still feel so real? Your past feels real because your mind keeps replaying it again and again, like a movie that never ends. Even when the situation is over, your brain continues to bring back the same memories, the same emotions, and sometimes even the same pain. And the more you replay it, the more it feels like it is still happening now. This is why something that happened years ago can still affect your mood today. But here is something important to understand. Your brain is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to protect you. It wants to remind you of what went wrong so you can avoid it again. The problem is, it does not always know when to stop. So instead of helping you grow, it keeps you stuck. When you understand this, you stop blaming yourself and you start learning how to take control of what you focus on. Can you actually change your future today? The answer is yes, but not in the way most people think. You cannot change what already happened. You cannot go back and fix mistakes, and you cannot rewrite your past. But you can change something much more important: your response to it. Every time you choose to focus on what you can do now, instead of what you cannot change, you take your power back. Many people lose years of their lives thinking about things they cannot control anymore. They replay conversations, regrets, and what-if moments, without realizing that they are giving their energy to something that no longer exists. But the present moment, this moment, is where your future is being built. And the more you learn to stay here, the more you start creating a different life, one decision at a time. Are you still living as your old self? Sometimes the biggest problem is not your past. It is the version of yourself you are still holding on to. You may have grown, learned, and changed, but deep inside, you are still seeing yourself as the person you used to be. Maybe someone who made mistakes, someone who failed, or someone who was not confident enough. And without realizing it, you let that old version control your new decisions. You hesitate, you doubt yourself, you stay small. Not because you cannot grow, but because you still believe you are that person. But here is the truth. You are not the same person anymore. Your experiences changed you. Your awareness changed you. And if you continue to see yourself through the lens of your past, you will never fully step into who you are becoming. What if your mistakes were never your identity? Most people carry their mistakes like labels, something that defines who they are. They say things like, "I always mess things up," or "I'm just not good enough." And over time, these sentences become beliefs. But mistakes are not identity. They are information. They show you what did not work, what needs to change, and where you can grow. When you treat your mistakes as lessons, you move forward. But when you treat them as labels, you stay stuck. Think about it. If every mistake defined you forever, no one would ever improve. Growth would be impossible. The difference is not in what happened. It is in how you choose to see it. And the moment you stop seeing your past as something that defines you and start seeing it as something that taught you, everything begins to change. Are your beliefs secretly holding you back? Sometimes the biggest prison is not your past. It is the beliefs you created because of it. After something painful happens, your mind tries to make sense of it. It creates simple conclusions like, "I'm not good enough," or "things never work out for me." At first, these thoughts feel true because they are connected to real emotions. But over time, they become automatic, and you stop questioning them. You start living as if they are facts, not just thoughts. And without realizing it, these beliefs begin to shape your choices, your confidence, and even your future. You avoid risks. You expect failure. You stay in your comfort zone. But here is the truth. Beliefs are learned, which means they can be changed. And the moment you begin to question those old stories, you create space for a new one. Why do you keep replaying old memories? You replay old memories because your mind is searching for closure, for understanding, or for a different ending. It wants to fix what cannot be fixed anymore. So it brings back the same scenes, the same conversations, the same emotions, hoping that somehow something will change. But nothing changes, and instead, you feel stuck in a loop. This is what keeps the past alive inside you. It is not the event itself. It is the repetition of it in your mind. And the more you replay it, the deeper it becomes part of your identity. But healing does not come from replaying. It comes from releasing. It comes from accepting that the moment is over, even if the feeling is still there. And when you stop feeding those memories with constant attention, they slowly lose their power over you. What does it really mean to let go? Letting go does not mean forgetting, and it does not mean pretending nothing happened. It means you stop carrying it everywhere you go. It means you stop allowing one moment from your past to control your present mood, your decisions, and your self-image. Many people think letting go is weakness, but in reality, it is a form of strength. It requires awareness, honesty, and courage, because you are choosing to face something and then release it. You are saying, "This happened, but it will not control me anymore." And that shift changes everything. You begin to feel lighter, clearer, more present. You stop reacting from old pain and start responding from who you are now. Letting go is not about losing something. It is about gaining control over your life again. Are you giving your past too much power? Every time you let your past decide how you feel today, you give it power. Every time you say, "I can't because of what happened," you give it control. And slowly, without noticing, your past becomes the reason behind your limitations. But here is something important to understand. Your past only has power if you continue to believe in it as your current truth. What happened is real, but the meaning you give it is something you choose. You can choose to see it as something that broke you, or something that built you. And that choice changes your direction. The more you take responsibility for your present thoughts, the less control your past has over you. And this is where real freedom begins. Not when the past disappears, but when it stops controlling you. Who could you become without your past? This is a powerful question because most people have never really asked it. They are so used to defining themselves by what they went through that they cannot imagine who they would be without it. But think about it. If you were not holding on to regret, fear, or old labels, how would you think? How would you act? What decisions would you make? There is a version of you that is not controlled by your past, a version that is more confident, more open, and more free. And that version is not something you need to create from zero. It is something that already exists inside you. The only thing stopping it from coming out is everything you are still holding on to, and the moment you begin to release those things, you start meeting that version of yourself. Why is healing not happening yet? Healing is not happening because you are still connected to the past in small, hidden ways. You may say you want to move on, but your thoughts keep returning there. You may say you are ready to grow, but your actions are still controlled by old fears. And this is normal, because healing is not just a decision, it is a process. It takes time, awareness, and patience. Many people expect to feel better quickly, but real change happens slowly, step by step. It happens when you notice your patterns, when you catch yourself thinking in old ways, and when you gently choose something different, not perfectly, but consistently. Healing is not about becoming a completely new person overnight. It is about becoming more free, little by little. And the more you stay present with that process, the more you begin to feel the shift. What are you still holding on to inside? Sometimes you are not stuck because of the past itself, but because of what you are still holding on to from it. It could be guilt, regret, anger, or even disappointment. These emotions stay inside when they are not fully understood or accepted. And instead of disappearing, they quietly influence how you think and act. You may not always notice it, but it shows in your reactions, your hesitation, and your self-doubt. The question is not just what happened, but what are you still carrying because of it? When you become aware of that, something changes. You stop running from those feelings, and you start facing them, not to stay there forever, but to understand them and then release them, because you cannot let go of something you are not willing to look at honestly. How do you start creating a new story? You start by changing the way you speak to yourself every single day. Your inner voice is powerful. It shapes how you see yourself and what you believe is possible. If your inner voice is still repeating your past, then your future will feel the same. But when you begin to shift that voice, even slightly, everything starts to change. Instead of saying, "I always fail," you begin to say, "I am learning." Instead of thinking, "Nothing works for me," you begin to think, "I am figuring things out." These small changes may seem simple, but they are not weak. They are powerful because they create a new direction in your mind. And over time, that direction becomes your reality. A new story does not start with big actions. It starts with new thoughts repeated consistently. Are you ready to stop repeating the same cycle? Repeating the same cycle often feels safe, even when it is painful, because it is familiar. Your mind prefers what it knows, even if it is not good for you, so you think the same thoughts, make the same choices, and experience the same results. And then you wonder why nothing changes. But breaking the cycle requires something uncomfortable: awareness and choice. You have to notice when you are about to react in the same old way and pause, just for a moment. And in that pause, you choose differently, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Change does not come from doing something big once. It comes from doing something different many times. And every time you choose differently, you weaken the old pattern and strengthen a new one. What if your future is still waiting? Your future is not something that disappeared. It is something that is still waiting for you to step into it. No matter what happened before, no matter how long you felt stuck, it is still there. But it requires a decision to stop looking backward for answers and start looking forward with intention. It requires you to believe that you are not finished, that your story is still being written, and most importantly, it requires you to understand that your past is a chapter, not the whole book. You are allowed to grow beyond it. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to become someone new. And when you truly accept that, something inside you shifts. You stop holding yourself back, and you start moving forward, not perfectly, but powerfully, one step at a time. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss the next lesson. Your support means so much. It keeps this space alive and growing. With love. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you.